friends, and welcome back to my channel, Joyful Jessie. If you are new here, I am Jessie. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you all another Puerto Rican side dish that you can use for your Thanksgiving dinner or any other holiday meal, or just any other meal that you would like to that is absolutely delicious. So make sure to stick around and watch. So like I had told you in my previous video, in this video I was going to be sharing with you all how is it that I make yucas escabeches. Some people might call them yucas encebolladas or pickled yucca, and yucca is simply cassava. It's a root that we commonly eat a lot in Puerto Rico. I can't believe that Thanksgiving is tomorrow. That's mind-blowing. This year our Thanksgiving is gonna be a little bit different. My mother-in-law is in Japan, and so today I am making more of the traditional American version of Thanksgiving, and my brother-in-law is gonna come over and we're gonna have a little Thanksgiving dinner here. And then tomorrow we are going to head out to my sister's house, and we're going to pretty much have like the Puerto Rican version of Thanksgiving over there. So be on the lookout for Thanksgiving cooking videos, because I will be sharing with you guys how I made my turkey, my sweet potato casserole. I'll also be sharing you in a different video how I made my lechon for tomorrow, and my sister also requested me to make a pumpkin flan. So be on the lookout for those. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you never miss out when I post a new video. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. These are the ingredients that we are going to be using today to make our yucas escabeches, yucas encebolladas, pickled yucas, however you want to call these things. There's a million and one ways that people can make this. This is just how I'm putting it together. I'm going to be using a 1.5 pound bag of the frozen yucca, the cassava. I'm going to be using about 3 garlic cloves. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put maybe like 2 or 3 bay leaves in, about 1/4 cup of the vinegar, about 1/2 cup olive oil. I'm going to be using pepper, and I'm going to be using this type of pepper. Some people like to put like a whole peppercorn in there. I feel like I'm gonna lose a tooth sometimes whenever people put that, so I don't want my teeth to be lost. I like to use the one that you grind. Salt to taste. Since I'm making such a little amount, I'm not making a big batch, I'm only going to be using 1/2 of a orange pepper, 1/2 of the green pepper, 1/2 of the red onion. Typically, I also like to add the red pepper, but my Walmart was out of it. And then I'm just gonna have a mixing bowl in there to go ahead and mix it all together. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. Before we start cutting up any veggies, the first thing we're gonna do is set our water on high to boil with 1 teaspoon of salt. While my water is getting ready to boil over there, I am gonna come over here and I'm gonna cut up my vegetables. I am cooking a lot of stuff for Thanksgiving today, so pretty much all my knives except for this one are in the dishwasher, so I'm gonna be using this, and I'm gonna be very careful not to get things squirted to my eyes. You use a regular knife. So I'm gonna take my 1/2 of my pepper, and I've already washed it. I'm gonna use my 1/2 of my other pepper. Some people like this and some people don't. My son absolutely adores this stuff. My husband is not a big fan of it. So, you know, I think it's more of like an acquired taste. This particular stuff, I'm just gonna cut into little slivers. My garlic press is even in the dishwasher, so I'm just gonna slice these guys a little bit. Now that I'm done slicing all the veggies, it's time to put the cassava in the boiling water. Over here, I'm gonna go ahead and add my 1/2 cup of oil, and I'm going to put it in about a medium. I love, like, anytime we have verdura, eating it with oil is like the best. So I'm gonna let that just get a tiny bit warm, and then I'm gonna add the veggies in there. I don't want this to get super hot. I'm not going to fry my veggies. I'm just gonna get them a little bit warm in there. So I have my onion, I have my garlic, and I have my peppers in there. I'm simply going to go ahead and just coat it a little bit. Look at those beautiful colors. All my veggies are now coated in that nice oil. I'm now gonna go ahead and add my 1/4 cup of vinegar. If you want to add more vinegar, go for it. If you want to add less vinegar, go for that as well. It is up to you how much vinegar you want to add on there. I'm also going to go ahead and add my pepper. It's up to you however much pepper you want to add. I'm going to say I'm going to put about a teaspoon of it. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my bay leaves to it. I'm going to add maybe, I like the taste of bay leaves, maybe like two bay leaves. And then I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. Make sure it all gets nicely mixed in there. So I already have salt in the water with yucca. And then at the end, after I mix it all together and I taste it and see if it needs any more, if it needs more salt, I'll add more salt in. Now that things are looking like this, you're gonna see it's gonna start to boil a little bit. We're going to go ahead and cover the lid and we're gonna put it on low and we're gonna let it simmer for about 10 minutes on low. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes for these little fellas over here. I'm simply going to remove the lid just to check in on them. Give them a little mixing. I don't want them to be super soft, but I don't want them to have too much of a crunch either. And I just want to make sure that all the flavors are getting through. And then I'm going to cover it back up and leave it sitting there for the next remaining 5 minutes. I still got the yucca going on this side, and it's looking pretty good. It's gotten pretty soft. I personally like mine on the super soft side. Some people like theirs to be a little bit harder. So I usually cook mine for 20 minutes, but you can taste it at this point, and if you like it, remove it. If you think that it needs longer, let me see, mine. I like mine softer, so it needs longer, then I just let it sit. But many times you'll see like the center part will start becoming like this translucently, like on the outside, it'll be also on the inside. We're gonna go ahead and drain the water out and place them in a separate container. So I am simply going to take my yucca and I'm gonna place them in a different container just to let them cool off. You're gonna see that the yucca, the cassava, has this little root in the middle, right there. I like to remove that. I personally like my pieces to be a little bit smaller. If you would just want to leave it this big, that's perfectly fine. Many people do it like that. I personally like to cut mine up a little bit. And I'm just gonna use the fork. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the other stuff to add on it. These things in here, I'm gonna add it onto that, and then I'm gonna mix. We can go ahead and remove the bay leaf. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste and see if it needs anything else really. Let me take this one. I feel like it needs a little bit more vinegar. Is really good right now. If you personally like to have more salt on your stuff, more pepper, go ahead and add it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cover it up and I'm gonna need to put it in the fridge, and then I personally like to eat this cold the next day. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cover it up, and tomorrow when we go over my sister's house for Thanksgiving, I'm going to go ahead and bring this. Are you liking your yucca, Meme?
Good.
Good. Yummy stuff, huh? They're having a little appetizer before dinner, and there are my guinea pigs with the yucca. Now is your turn to go ahead and give this a try, and make sure to let me know how it turns out. I want to say thank you to all of you who have shown so much great support for my channel. I truly do appreciate you. I wish you and your family a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving holiday. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.